Standing between sport and many Australians, like southeast Melbourne resident Jabba Mudir, there are obstacles.
The reason why I have to jump this fence is because this is the only place I can actually play basketball here, like when it comes to my suburb. Not sure what it's like if we're allowed or not allowed, but people do it anyways. But yeah.
Otherwise, it's a near 2-hour public transport ride to and from his closest gym.
Hello.
If we have to go from here to here to here, it makes it a bit harder in a way, and people feel discouraged to even want to come.
Experts say access to sporting facilities is key to participation and, most critically, the health of Australians.
We know that there's association between infrastructure, facilities and participation. So you've got higher participation in areas where you've got more facilities, and that participation in sport leads to a whole range of social, mental health and physical health benefits.
The federal government tried to address the problem before the last election, but its community sport infrastructure scheme triggered the so-called sports-rorts affair, and there has been no replacement.
And I work with the Treasurer to see how we can better support even more projects in the future.
According to the colour-coded spreadsheet used to apportion funding, an application for South East Melbourne's Sweeney Reserve received a score of 97. But after rejection and silence from the federal government, the council went ahead with upgrades. The local LGA Casey has less than half as many sporting registrations for every 100 residents compared with some other council areas.
Come on, girls. Here we go.
And the local sporting community is crying out for more financial assistance.
Because it's a new growth area, you move into the area, you buy your house, you really do struggle your first 4 or 5 years with your mortgage. And if you've got kids and you've got to send them to school and things like that, you've got to make a decision. And generally, sports lower down on the list, priority list.
I'm concerned about those areas where there's high population density and a lot of housing development, and the infrastructure's not there yet.
In Western Sydney, 2 of Yusra Metwalli's favourite swimming pools have recently closed, meaning she must travel further for a swim.
It's going to be unpleasant getting... Oh dear! Oops. Just sitting in your car in traffic, it's easy to give up and want to skip it altogether.
But residents in the region south of Geelong in Victoria are more fortunate.
$20 million for a brand new Surf Coast Aquatic Centre.
Under the $150 million female facilities and water safety stream, that region, which happens to be in the marginal electorate of Corangamite, received 1/5 of the entire program for 2 new pools.
Certain swimming centres are being upgraded just for political reasons is quite unjust. I think it's very concerning because we're talking about everyone's taxpayers' money and it should meet a community need.
The government trumpeted the female facilities and water safety stream as a program to deliver urgently needed infrastructure. But 3 years on and more than $12 million in the scheme remains unallocated.
The use of that money, which was 18.3 and now 12.46, is really a decision for government.
It just seems a very slow rollout over those last 3 years.
Senator, I think one of the things that we all mustn't forget, as much as we'd like to, is the impact of COVID.
$6 million has been moved on to other programs, partly to fund elite sport. It's not the only federal government scheme designed for community benefit, used to splash cash on professional sport. More than $150 million in community development grants have been handed to AFL and NRL clubs by the Coalition in the past 3 years.
Now is the time for the Hawthorn family, the Hawthorn Football Club, to get a new facility.
A pattern repeated at state level.
I'm particularly proud of the $5 million that the state of Victoria has been able to contribute to the upgrade of these facilities.
And while these projects include community facilities, elite athletes benefit from new training infrastructure and high-performance centres.
The AFL made millions of dollars in profit. If we have kids who get into the state team, and I know this from personal experience, it costs between $2,000 and $4,000 to play for Victoria.
I think the idea is to have evidence-based decision making, to have good data to drive decision making that can really help the process, that you can show the need in terms of population growth and in terms of participation trends, and then you can demonstrate where you need facilities now and in the future as the population changes.
So why don't you think there are any good facilities in your area, in Cranbourne, compared to other places in Melbourne?
I'm not sure, to be honest. That's actually a good question.
As the federal election nears, it's a question many continue to ask. Jack Snape, ABC News.